I'm here today with a very special friend, Dr. Scott Caudill with Macedonia World Baptist Missions. And Brother Scott Caudill indeed has been a wonderful friend. He travels the country and, of course, supports missionaries around the world. And they have such an outreach. And it's a pleasure to have Dr. Scott Caudill with us today. And Brother Scott, we've had discussions and been together at various settings. What do you see as you think about the development of America and what I would consider to be the positive influences of Christianity upon our development?
Well, Brother Phipps, let me say what a joy it is to be here today. Thank you for your invitation to be here. And for those of you that have tuned us in, thank you so very much. This broadcast is so vitally important to keep the great need of praying for our country and reaching our country with the gospel in the forefront of our minds. Brother, I was raised in a Christian, godly home.
Yes, sir.
I was taught not only to surrender my life to the Lord, having been saved by His grace, but to love our country.
Yes.
And to thank God for the privilege of being raised in the greatest country on the face of God's planet. And I'm so thankful to be an American. And I'm also thankful, Brother Phipps, that I was raised in my public school to not only love America and to be a patriot and to support our country by praying for it, but I was also taught how our country was founded. And boy, there's been a tremendous straying from that, especially in public education today.
Right.
My daughter-in-law is a public school teacher in Washington, D.C., and there's such a tremendous straying away from that. That's why your broadcast and what you're doing here is so vitally important. The folks that tune you in every Monday night at 9 o'clock, they need to hear you give the true historical account of how our country was founded and what our country is built upon.
Do you see then, obviously, this question is maybe in a way a softball question, the media might call it. Christianity has had a positive influence on us, hasn't it?
Absolutely, yes.
In other words, you're saying the teachings of Christ, even as it relates to how we associate and treat one another.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We feel like that, without that Christian influence, Dr. Caudill, we just kind of flounder, don't we?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I'm very, very thankful that when God saved me, He made a way through the shed blood of His Son for me to go to heaven. But He also teaches me in His Word how to live now and how to associate with my fellow Americans.
Right.
And I'm so grateful for that heritage.
Well, thank you, Dr. Caudill, and it's been wonderful having Dr. Scott Caudill of Macedonia World Baptist Missions with us today. His influence throughout the nation, we'll never know the total impact until we get to heaven, I'm sure. But I thank him for encouraging you and encouraging me to really fight the good fight of faith.
Yes.
Dr. Caudill, come back and be with us again.
We'll do it. Thank you for having me, preacher.
Yes, sir. Thank you.